I was praying, God, I want to deliver like the women of Hebrew. I want to deliver like the women of Hebrew. That was my prayer. I was shouting, God, I want to deliver like the women of Hebrew. Must you deliver like the women of Hebrew? Are you from Hebrew? When they brought out my baby girl, this is how they took her up. There is no single water in her body. So guys, did you see my hair? My hair is looking very, very beautiful. Hey guys, welcome back to ZIKKIE'S world. How are you all doing? I hope you guys are having a very beautiful and wonderful day, guys. I am super excited to be with you guys. Like, I am so happy to sit down and do this video. Every time I've been in the kitchen making recipe, vlogging, but today I said, let me just take some break from the kitchen, from vlogging, and sit down here and talk to you guys about something that has been on my mind. And I've waited for a particular day to share this, and today is the right day. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. My name is Ngozi. I am a Nigerian food, family, and lifestyle vlogger based in California with my family. So how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a very beautiful day. So thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I've been thinking about this particular topic I wanted to do, but I think I'm waiting for the right time to talk about it because this is my daughter's birthday. Today is my daughter's birthday. Today is Friday, 12th of June 2020. I want you guys to sit back, and I believe that you're going to learn something from this topic. You know, after watching my friend Nigerian TV talked about her own, I leave in the comment section that if I share my own experience, guys, it's gonna be everywhere in the comment section. She said, why not do that? And I wanted to do it, but because I'm waiting for my daughter's birthday to be able to sit down and talk about this, that is the moment that I've waited for, and today is the day. So guys, I want to talk about this. If you want to hear about the story, I want you to keep watching. Do not go anywhere. But before then, get your cup of tea, get anything, because it's gonna be a story time I want to share with you guys. So guys, keep watching, okay? So guys, let me start with this. You know, being a woman is not easy. From the day a woman is born, like, everything around her family changes. She is being taught how to cook, how to take care of her siblings, whether she's the youngest or the oldest. She is being taught how to be a mother from the first day that she was born. She's been taught how to bend down and greet, how to be independent, how to, you know, take care of things around her. And a point in that woman's life, she will grow. One day, suitors will begin to come, and she will get married. The expectation will come in. They will expect her to get pregnant. They will expect her to carry the baby for 9 months and give birth to the baby. Now, this is where my story comes in. Having a baby through vaginal delivery or C-section, does it make that woman less a woman? It doesn't. What matters is what? Bringing a child into this world. Now, this is where my story starts. I was pregnant with my first child, which is David. So, you know, coming to America is just a change of weather, because coming to America, I was pregnant with my son David. So when we landed here, we stayed in our friend's house, and they introduced us to the hospital. So I registered. I was going to the appointment every week. We started with once in 2 months. Then at the second trimester, we moved from 2 times in a month. Then third trimester, I was like going every single week. So, and getting close to the due date, they told us about what is called Lamaze class. I don't know whether you've heard about that, but if you're in America, you must have heard about Lamaze class. Lamaze class is a preparatory class to help you get ready for delivery. So I started going for that class every Tuesday. We go for that class every Tuesday. And by then, I've not started driving. It's only my husband that is driving. So every Tuesday that I had to go for Lamaze class, I have to wait for my husband at home to be able to, you know, take me to the hospital for the Lamaze class. And if you're going for the Lamaze class, you don't come alone. You have to come with your husband, because it's over here that I understand that going into the labor room, you need your husband. Like, you need your husband to be able to, you know, encourage you to go through the labor and delivery process. So at a point, my husband came back, all of us, we went for the Lamaze class. And if you're going, you have to go with your blanket and pillow. They'll be teaching us all these breathing techniques. You'll be doing like this. all these breathing techniques, you know how to push, you have to breathe and all that. I was enjoying the process. I said to myself, I can't wait for the day I will do this, practicalize all these things that they have been teaching us. So you guys, I was going every single Tuesday. So one day, one of the very close to my due date, that was about 39 weeks. So I went in with my husband. That was on Tuesday. We went in there around 6 p.m. So after the Lamas class, so we have to start going home. So I feel that my stomach is very, very hard. Like in the belly button area, it was very, very hard, like a stone. I said to myself, what is happening? In there, I told the woman said I should go into labor and delivery. That was where the story began. So we went in there. Now, the first thing they told me is that they did a non-stress test to see and to know if the baby is under pressure or under any stress of any kind. So after doing that, they find out that the heart rate is very high. And they said, okay, we are going to admit you so that you're going to stay in the hospital for some time. Let's see what is going to happen. So we stayed there. I told my husband, no, I don't want to stay. I want to go back home. My husband was like, you have to stay. If this condition of this baby is not good, or we have to stay back and see what they are going to say. My people, I stay back. But before then, it was under pressure. Like, I don't want to stay back. I don't know why, but I don't want to stay. I told them that I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to, enjoy my bed in the house. The doctor said, okay, if you want to go, you're going to sign a form that if anything happens to you out there, you are on your own, that kind of a thing. So my husband was like, don't worry, we're not signing anything, we are staying back. You guys, this thing started on Tuesday night. We were at the hospital on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, which is that week is 39 weeks, I'm already due for delivery. So the doctor said, you know what, we're going to bring out this baby because this baby is under pressure. And number two is that this baby is breech. Like, you cannot even push this baby. The baby is breech. So the baby was breech, and I was so stressed out. I was saying to myself, what is going to happen with me and this baby? So at a point, they tried everything possible, to be able to turn the baby. The baby was not turning. At the end of the day, they asked me, is there any form of labor going on? I said, no, there is nothing going on. At a point, they said, we need to bring out this baby. They induced the labor. My sister, they induced labor. For how many hours? Almost 16 hours or 20 hours. Nothing is happening. The doctor was not comfortable. He was like, the heart rate is high. The baby is breech. We need to bring out this baby for this baby to be okay. So guys, at the end of the day, now, why am I sharing this story? I'm sharing this story because for a woman to go under a knife to bring out a baby, there must be a reason behind that. And my own reason is because the baby is breech. And because this baby is breech, I am not going to be able to push the baby. It's in transverse. The baby is not supposed to be like this, but the baby is like this. So the baby size is supposed to be like this so that you can be able to push out the baby, but it's not like that. And the more you wait, the more the heart rate is going high, which will cause problem for the baby. I was so scared. I was saying to myself, what if I go through this process of surgery? Am I going to come out? Is it going to be all right? Unnecessary fear just hold me. I started crying. I have to call my mom in Nigeria. I asked my mom, look at what is going on. They are going to do C-section. I am so scared. My mom was like, everything will be fine. You people that live in Obodo Ibo, they know how to do everything. Go ahead and do that. I'll be praying for you, and nothing is going to happen. At a point, the sister that we are staying with, the brother, when we moved in newly, the woman came to the hospital, and we called her. My husband called her. She came to the hospital. She asked what's going on. We explained everything to her. Then she said, what are you talking about? A lot of celebrities do go through that, and they have their baby. The most important thing is just bringing out the baby. Now, why am I sharing this story? I'm sharing this story because there was a video that I watched of this popular Nigerian comedian. Her name is Real Worry Pikin. She shared a story about a woman that was pregnant with twins in Abuja. This woman, they went to the hospital. They told her they were going to have C-section. The husband refused. They were praying and believing God that she would push out the baby. Now, what happened to trusting those people that are medical doctors and keep praying? When they give you an advice, we are going to do this thing this way, go ahead and keep praying and do what? Do the right thing to save your life and that of the baby. Somebody told me when I had my baby anyway that she is not the type that believe in having C-section unless God did not say so. My dear, faith without work is dead. When you have faith and believe in God that your baby is going to come out, you have to do what? Do the needful. What the doctors are trying to do is to save me and also save the child, especially the child. Sometimes they are under pressure. You, the mom, might not know. But when they notice that, they want to do what? Go through C-section to be able to bring out the child. Now, back to my own story. At that day, by Wednesday night, I was still reluctant about this. Why am I saying this? I'm not saying that I did so well about it, but I'm trying to encourage us. If you go to the hospital, there is a condition that brought about C-section. Go ahead and do that. Deliver the child and save the child and save your own self. Because I did not know more about C-section. Even when I was pregnant, I didn't read about it because I was believing that I would have natural, delivery and all that. At the point, I was so scared of myself, even my own self and the life of the baby. Are we going to survive this? But after talking to my mom and the woman and my husband, I was just praying with him and saying, God, please deliver me. And then now, back to the story of Real Warrior Pikin. She was saying that this lady, they did everything possible to save the life of this baby. The husband refused to sign the consent form because of what? The pastor was praying and believing that she will deliver her children like the women of Hebrew. These days they will pray, we are going to deliver like the women of Hebrew, and we are believing it that way. It doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't mean that God doesn't love you. There are situations that will come. You need to bring out your baby. Go ahead and do that, since the life of that baby is in danger, and even you, mom, the life of the baby is in danger. Go ahead and do that. Do not use because of ignorance and say that I am not going to bring out. Don't do like me. I'm saying this, I'm sharing this information to do what? To encourage you out there. If you go to the hospital, there is a reason for you to go through C-section. Go through it. At the end of the day, you will hold your baby and be proud of that journey. It is not even easy to cut someone. Like I told you guys, I have 3 kids and 3 of them are C-section. In the same place, they cut the first one. In the same place, they cut the second one. In the same place, they cut the third one. And you think that that makes me a less of a woman? No, it didn't. It makes me more stronger to be able to bring out these children into this world by cutting my body. It is not what I can control. It is not what I can handle. It just came and it happened. And we thank God that in the word of today, that we can be able to find a solution to people that we are not able to push out the baby because of one condition or the other. So why am I sharing this story? I'm sharing this story because do not allow anybody to shame you, telling you that giving birth through C-section makes you less of a woman. Darling, it doesn't make you less of a woman. Or less of a woman. It makes you a very strong woman. Even after the C-section, what happened? You broke out the stitches. You go in with the stitches. Sometimes after having C-section, because of the pain, they will give you pen med. And pen med most times causes what? Constipation. And for you to go to the toilet and push, you have to hold your belly and be like this and say, Even me, after the C-section, sometimes I started having cough. So for me to cough, I have to get a pillow and hold my belly like this and cough. Because of the stitches, because you cannot cough. Even to poop is wahala. And when a woman go through all these things, some people will come up and say that having C-section makes someone a less woman. I do not believe that. Back to Real Warrior Pikin, the story that she shared. After watching that video, I said to myself that I will come up and make a video. If your situation calls for C-section, go ahead and do that. So that woman that she was talking about, because they were dragging, the children were under stress, the doctor was telling them, let's do this thing, they refused because pastor said they are praying, and at the end of the day, the woman lost those 2 children. I didn't remember whether the woman died, but she lost those twins. We are talking about twins, 2 boys that, at the end of the day, before you know it, the stitches will be healed. You enjoy your children and enjoy your life. If you want to have another children, there are still opportunity for you to do what? Have more babies and try vaginal delivery. Now, after that day, my own, they put me under induction. After many hours, there is no labor. The doctor said, we are going to bring out this baby, whether you want it or not, because we want to save your life and save that of the children. My husband was like, let's do this. I came to myself and said, you know what? The devil, you cannot push me again. Because if anything happens to me, no, the baby, as at this point, who is to be blamed? I can't get blamed because I don't want to listen. So at the end of the day, they pushed me to to the labor and delivery, to the theater, and cut me and bring out the baby. And the baby is here today, jumping up and down, being happy. If I didn't tell you that I have C-section, you would not know. So it doesn't matter whether you have C-section or not. What matters is that you are able to bring out the baby. Now to my second child, which is Chimoma. This story is particularly dedicated to her because this is her birth month, which is June 12, 2016. I remember that particular day. Now, how it all started is that in my church, I was a singer in the church that I used to go then. I'm a worship leader in that church. So I used to sing every single Sunday. So I lead worship, I sing praises every single Sunday. And during the time of pregnancy, I didn't even miss going to church because God gave me the strength to go to church every single Sunday. I sang even till the day I had my daughter, Chimoma, till the Sunday I had my daughter. Now, on the day, on a Sunday morning, so we wake up in the morning, get my son ready, my husband and I, 3 of us, we are ready to go to church. That was around 7 a.m. Listen, around 7 a.m. in the morning, I feel like I want to pee because you guys understand that my first child is C-section. I didn't know about water break or anything. So on that Sunday morning, I got dressed around 7 a.m. After going to the toilet, I went to pee. Then I came out from the toilet again. I feel like water came out from me. Like, I feel like I pee on myself again the second time. I told my husband, I feel like I want to pee again. My husband said, okay, why not go back to the toilet? I said to myself, I already peed on myself. Oh. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's pee. One came mad amaro that na mmiri agbapugo. The water has break. That was on a Sunday morning. I did not know. So you guys, let me pause here and tell you something. If you're pregnant, make sure that you monitor yourself closely. Not that I did not monitor myself, but God knows that I did not know that that is water break. I thought, no, Mary. That is what I think. That morning, what did I do? My husband did not know anything. 3 of us, that morning the water have broke. 3 of us, we enter in the car and start going to church that morning. We went to church that same morning. I was in the church. When I get to the church after Bible study, I lead the worship that Sunday morning. I lead the praise that Sunday morning. Only me. I was the leader. I have backup. The water has already broke that Sunday morning. I did not know. I went to the church. I was singing. That Sunday, I feel like there was a double strength given to me. I was singing. I was jumping in the church. There was no water in my body again. Immediately the service is over. One of the pastors in the church, I called her. She's a woman. I told her, Mommy, look at what happens to me in the morning. She said, really? This thing happened to you in the morning and you came to church? Take your husband and your son. Start going back to the hospital. I said, But I think that I pee. She said, no, it's not pee. There is no water. The water has break. From here, from church, go back to the hospital. Let them look at you and know what is going on. She was so serious about it because, you know, she already had her children. She was like, go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. I was like, I'm not even feeling anything. Nothing, like no contraction, nothing, but the water has broke. There is no water. So Miriam doesn't get it. If any now go that morning. God is great and God is wonderful. When I get back to the house, reluctantly, this is the second time, reluctantly, I went back to the house because I was hungry after singing, dancing, jumping in the pulpit. There is no water in the baby anymore. I was just jumping up and down, you know, praising God and all that. So the woman said I should go from the church to the hospital. That I am just like a fish right now that is not in the water. So anything can happen to that fish. That is the adage she used for me that particular Sunday, 2016, June 12, 2016. I get back in the car, my husband, my son and I, 3 of us, we went back to the car. I told my husband that I'm really, really hungry. I need to eat because I've done a lot of like exercise or activity in the church. We went back home, we finished eating. My husband said, okay, pack some things, let's go to the hospital. My people, join me to praise the Lord. You know, sometimes the devil will make us not to understand when God is about to save us. I'm not blaming those women that doesn't want to do C-section. Maybe it's because of the level of their exposure, or maybe because of information, or maybe because of money, or there are things that are involved, I would say that God delivered me. Like, God really saved me and saved my children. Like, when I remember this particular day, I'll be like, who am I that God is mindful of me? Because from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., how many hours? 9 hours, there is no water. I was walking about. It's just like a fish, and that fish must have been dead. I went to the hospital we went back to the house. We eaten. After eating, 3 of us, we went to the hospital. So we went to the hospital. They said that because my boy is there, we went straight to the labor and delivery. They said they are not going to take my 3 of us in the hospital. It's either I stay, somebody will come and take my boy, or my husband will take my son and go home. Then only me will stay there. I said, okay, my husband will start going with David while I stay in the hospital. So at 4:35 p.m., we came in immediately. They did some tests and all that. They said there is no water. The baby doesn't have water again. That we are going to be doing unplanned emergency C-section. I said to myself, again, another C-section. I begin to say, God, don't you want me to have vaginal delivery? That is the devil telling you, don't you want to have the vaginal delivery? It's deceiving me, telling me that you don't want. Like, it took me time to understand that vaginal delivery is not different from C-section. The only difference is that nature and the other person I call to for you go under anesthesia, the baby comes out. Like, it's something that when I sit down and think about it, I say to myself, God, you really saved me, because in those 2 pregnancies, I was so adamant about that. It's not everybody that will go through vaginal delivery. In my own case, I use it to understand, because if I would have go through vaginal delivery, that Sunday morning that the water broke, I should have known and start going to the hospital and bring out the baby. But I didn't know. I went to church and worship. After 3, 4, 5 hours of service, I came back home, I eat, and I took a shower. Before we get to the hospital, it's almost 8 hours. There is no more water. So you guys, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that it doesn't change the fact that you're a woman. Look at me today. I'm standing here and I'm sharing this story. If I didn't tell you that I didn't have C-section, you would not believe me. No way. It is when people say it that you know that they had 3 C-section or vaginal delivery. And if you're watching this video, you are the type that will always go and ask women, how do you deliver your baby? Or C-section. Stop it. Stop it. It doesn't change anything. Why and so you guys, when we got back to the hospital that same day, the doctor said C-section. I said, oh, Chineke, can you my mama in C-section? Again, I want to have my baby, like vaginal delivery. I was like, God, let me have this baby the way other women are having baby. I was the part that said I was going to have my child. Like the Hebrew women, I would deliver like the Hebrew women. I was praying, I was doing this and doing that, without knowing that I believe that it has been signed that I'm going to have my children with C-section. That is what I believe. At the end of the day, they weighed me in there and they bring out the baby. When they brought out my baby girl, this is how they took her up. There is no single water in her body. And the doctor told me, you are very lucky. That was the word that came out from her mouth. You are very lucky, because there is no water. Every water, was out in the morning, and this is after 8 hours. I came back to the hospital for them to do surgery and bring out my baby girl, and I was insisting that I don't want to do surgery. Again. I am sharing this story today to encourage someone out there. If your situation calls for C-section, go in for it. I know sometimes people will, maybe because of money, because when you have babies with C-section, they charge you more than when you have a vaginal delivery. But for the sake of life, you've carried this baby for 9 months. At the end of the day, what happened? They said, okay, it didn't favor you vaginally. Why don't you try C-section? Don't be there and be saying that I am going to have my children like the women of Hebrew. I am on God. The Bible has already said that. But if it is not working for you, you have alternative. Thank God for the word of today, whereby that the doctors, that God give them the ability to be able to find alternative where women will have children. I believe in those days a lot of women gamu because, you know, if they didn't have that child through the if they didn't have vaginal delivery, what must have happened to them then? A lot of them must have died because of what? There is no alternative of delivery. But today we have it. So if it calls for it, please, I beg you in the name of the Lord, don't be stubborn about it. Don't be reluctant about it like I did. Like when I look at myself and look at my children, I know that it is God that wants to save me. I could have been dead by now, or my children could have been dead by now. Like we could have been, oh, look at, had it been. Like I will blame myself. If anything happened to those children, I will blame myself till I don't know when I will stop blaming myself. I'm saying this to encourage us that when it comes like this, take it. It's just a matter of pain. It's just a matter of time. You're going to come back stronger. Like after the stitches is gone in 3-4 months, you look at your baby and say, yes, this was the sacrifice that I did. But one thing I want you to understand is that if God is by your side and you have vaginal delivery, glory be to God. And something happens on the other side and it calls for C-section, go in for it. It doesn't change anything. It will not affect you as a mom. What matters is that you have bring out that baby. So that's what? You are a strong woman. Whether you have vagina, whether you have C-section, you're a very strong woman. So you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that this video has encouraged you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I want you to share this video to anyone that is still doubting the fact that name one with C-section, it doesn't make you a woman. It sure make you, even it makes you a stronger woman. Okay? Hear me. Vaginal delivery will make you a stronger woman. It is not easy to bring out a baby in this world. But either ways, it happens. We thank God because you already have your baby. So you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, you know what you're going to do. I will see you guys in my next video. This story will continue. I will tell you the story of my third baby, okay? Very, very soon. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a beautiful week. Bye.